Well, hello, all of you yokers, far and wide, near and far. I've used that one before, but oh well. Hello, boss. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little bit tired today. Had a little bit of a rough night's sleep last night due to issues, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good.
Very nice.
Had a productive day today. You know that feeling when you get to the end of the day and you're just like, man, like whether it's work or maybe you had a day off and like you did like a load of laundry and the dishes and you mowed your lawn and at the end of the day you're like, I feel productive. That's what I feel like today. I didn't do the laundry or the dishes, but I did my work and I had a productive day at work today.
That's right.
So,
Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Well,
yes, you are all yokers out there.
you
All the
are.
people
Even
that
if
watch
you
the
don't
YokeTalk.
think that you are, if you're listening right now in any capacity, you are a yoker. Welcome. You have been yokened. I just coined that term. You have been yokened.
and welcome everybody who's coming over from Susie live stream. I guess we should just talk about first we should talk about thank you everybody for your generosity and your giving today. Obviously, many of you that are just coming over, you guys know that we did a fundraiser today for someone named Jackie, who is not part of our community, but her sister-in-law is a part of our community. We wanted to be able to bless them as there's a lot of difficult things that are going on in their life right now. You guys have heard about it all day, so I won't go into it, but thank you so much for your generosity. I truly believe that we're going to make an impact on multiple lives due to what you guys did today. So thank you so much. Absolutely amazing.
Yep, you guys killed it today.
You guys killed it. Out of this world. I will still say this. Okay. I watch a lot of fundraisers on Twitch, right? I watch AGDQ. I watch SGDQ.
He does watch a lot of fundraisers.
I watch Zeldathon. And then if I see fundraiser on Twitch, I'll go and watch the fundraiser, right? I just like watching fundraisers. It brings a tear to my eye. But here's the thing. I still think if I did the numbers out, we have the most generous community on Twitch.
Percentage-wise.
It's
amazing what we can do with a community that's so small in comparison to some of the bigger fundraisers.
Insane. Absolutely insane. I see fundraisers that are, doing $1 million, but they also had 300 million people come through their stream.
Yeah.
You guys are on another level. That's all I got to say about that. But anyways, let's preview some of the topics that we're going through today. I will go through some of the main topics and then we'll throw it over to Unworthy's Air for the rapid topics. I think we did that last week. Do you want to take the main topics?
Sure. I'm excited about these main topics. I'm excited. Every single one of these. Well, maybe not the second one, but I'm excited to talk about it.
I became a yoken. Amen.
That's not exactly how that works, but okay.
Great. That's great.
All right. So we got more Switch Pro news. We've been talking about that almost every week, feels like.
For the past 3 years, there's been a rumor.
But I think it's finally getting there. I think we're finally seeing it.
I think the rumor is true.
I think it's real, guys. The Super Switch is real more than we realize.
Oh, yeah.
Great. So we're going to talk about more Switch Pro news. Also, Microsoft is potentially in talks to buy Discord, which would be crazy. We're going to talk about that. And a Battlefield survey hints at free-to-play, Battle Pass, and weapon blueprints. All things that we could have very diverse opinions on. So we'll talk about those. Yeah. We're really excited for those. Boz, what do we have today for the rapid topics? Even the rapid topics are good today.
So we got a few. I'm not going to give you guys the name of the game. Okay. You guys are going to have to figure it out for yourself. But there's a game coming to cell phone.
Back.
There's a game coming to the cell phone. I guarantee you will not, if you have not read an article about this already, you guys will be very surprised because when I read this, I was like, how is this even possible? So we'll be giving you guys some news on that. Also, Sony makes 9 PlayStation 4 games for free with no PlayStation Plus required. This is actually huge.
Actually 10.
We're going to be... Yeah, technically 10, but right now specifically it's 9. So if you guys have a PlayStation 4, free up some memory space and download them so that they're yours forever. Now, I have questions, but we'll get there. Kojima Productions likely to announce their next game quite soon, says art director, which is very interesting.
Did you intentionally skip one of them?
Did I? I did. I didn't mean to. I did not intentionally do it though. PlayStation 4 error has PlayStation fans worried that they're going to lose everything that you've ever paid for, pretty much all your games, digital and physical. We'll be talking about that. And then finally, the last one, Halo Infinite's developers smashed a piano
Mhm.
to record sounds for the game. And we'll be talking about that
Pretty
and
great.
that and more on the Yoke Talk.
That's right. Absolutely amazing. Incredible. In fact, you might even say super. Just like
Super.
the Super Switch.
The Super Switch,
So
guys.
guys,
Coin it. We need the super. I want this name.
We need it trending
want
on Twitter.
this name.
Hashtag Super Switch.
Super Switch. They can't. Don't make it the Nintendo Switch Pro. Don't even make it the Super Nintendo Switch. I want the Super Switch. I want the
Super
double
Switch.
S's coming out. That's what I want.
Yep.
The Super
It's gonna
Switch.
be
But guys,
fantastic.
there has been rumors for about 3.5 years. Really, let's be honest. It's been since the Nintendo Switch came out. There's been a rumor that there's a better Nintendo Switch out there. And then the Nintendo Lite came out a couple years later. And we said, this is not what we wanted. Well, some people did. I didn't. But now, there's not just rumors. There are big rumors. And when I say big, I mean like 99.99% positive that we are going to be getting a new type of Nintendo Switch. So, Seraph, tell us the new news about the Super Switch.
Yes. Really, really exciting. Because it looks like things are being confirmed that we talked about almost a year ago now when we first started talking about the pro rumors on YokeTalk. So if you guys remember, if you're OG Yokers and you remember, we talked a long time ago about anything with Yoker just sounds hilarious.
It's great. OG Yokers. The original Yokers.
But yeah, so if you guys remember a long time ago, we talked about the idea that a Switch Pro of some sort could achieve 4K graphics via upscaling. And I will admit, this was not my idea that I had and theorized. I heard this on another podcast and I simply relate it to you. But so the idea is that using NVIDIA's AI upscaling technology they call DLSS, which is in effect right now on PCs for people that have 20 series cards or higher. And it's gotten really, really good. So the current Switch uses an NVIDIA graphics chip. It's a mobile chip, but it is an NVIDIA graphics chip. So what it's looking like is the Super Switch could use a newer NVIDIA mobile chip that would support DLSS and which would allow the Switch to upscale to 4K while in docked, but still be just as portable and battery efficient while handheld. And of course,
insane.
I'm generalizing the article and nothing indicates that it's going to be just as battery efficient or whatever, but should be around the same. You know, I don't expect it to be a big difference because it's still going to be a mobile chip, not a big fat GPU. So really, really exciting because that would like everybody looks at the Switch and they're like, oh, it's so far behind. It's so far behind. It can't support these games. Can't support 4K. And like, this would just be like trap card activated. Like, and I think it's really cool because both the PlayStation and the Xbox, at least for years, maybe always, I don't know, but at least for years, for generations, have always gone with AMD chips. And so now we see Nintendo finally switched over to NVIDIA. I believe they also used AMD chips for the most part before this. Maybe not. I could be wrong. But they started using an NVIDIA chip for the Switch. So now they're able to take take advantage of the tech and the systems that NVIDIA has built. So really, really cool. What's your thoughts?
I'll be honest. The Nintendo Switch, Nintendo has done very little, if anything, wrong with the console itself. This was, when it first came out, revolutionary to people. Even being able to have something in your hands that's like, let me put it this way. When the PS Vita came out, right, they said this is essentially the PlayStation 3 in your hands. and it just wasn't.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. And so Nintendo came out and they didn't just make a handheld, right? You had the 3DS, you had the DS, 2DS, all these things. And then all of a sudden you just got the Switch, and that's it. And that's this generation. And the fact that you can play console games is amazing. And now they're just making it even better.
Yeah. I mean, it really
And
said something when you could play the AAA big fat Zelda Breath of the Wild
Right.
experience in your hands.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like even I know this game doesn't run super well on it. And maybe they've made patches over the past year or so, but Overwatch, right?
Mhm.
Who would have thought that Overwatch, a game that actually has some intensity in it, would be able to run on something like the Nintendo Switch? I personally didn't. You got Skyrim running on Switch. Okay, that game came out in 2011, but still, it's still a high capacity game. And really, no other Nintendo console has been able to do this to this point, to the way that the Nintendo Switch is. And so the fact that you can have that in your hands,
Yeah.
it's outstanding.
And
It's
like
outstanding.
games have really improved in performance since release. If the developers put in the time, I started up Rocket League on the Switch for the first time in a while recently, and it both looks better and performs better than it did at release.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks
That's
better
interesting.
and performs better. It's super smooth now. Even in 3v3s. Like 3v3s was like pushing it before, it
Yeah.
felt like. But like even in 3v3s, it is smooth and it doesn't have anti-aliasing or anything. You can tell there's some jaggies, but it's very smooth and it looks a lot better than it did at release. So
Yeah. And Techie even just pointed out, even Apex
I heard that
Apex
wasn't a
Legends
great port, but
I mean, but the thing is it still has the capacity to be able to do it. And now we have the new one coming out, whenever that's going to be, whether it's going to be this
probably
year or next
holiday.
year. I honestly, if it comes out holiday, you might fight me on this one. They have to. It is all right. I'm just going for it. Okay. It's all right. I know we've
Breath
talked
of the
about
Wild
this
2.
before. Breath of the Wild 2. Listen, it's the 35th year anniversary. If they just continue to re-release games, I'll buy them, but I'll be upset.
What if it's not ready? You want them to
It's
release it
ready.
early? You want them to rush it?
No, it's ready. Listen. They have the engine. They have the world built. When they came out with Majora's Mask, a phenomenal game, probably it's not my favorite in the series for sure. It's probably not even in the top 10 to be completely honest, but still a phenomenal game. I love The Legend of Zelda, great game. But regardless, it's just because of a time thing. I don't know. But anyways, let's get off of that. They already had the engine and they had to create a brand new world, a brand new story, and they were able to do it within 2 years. It's been 4 years since Breath of the Wild. They have the engine, they have the world, they have the story because they were already talking about the story beforehand. Only reason why there is Breath of the Wild 2 is because they had so much DLC. They said, let's just make a new game. And so you know what? They make a new game. I'm ready for it. I think we're going to get, they already said we're going to get more information about it this year later on. I would be very surprised if we get to June and we don't have information on it. I would be very surprised if we get to August and we don't have a release date.
Because they usually do a Nintendo Direct for E3.
They did everything last year in May for Mario. True. And they were supposed to do everything in March, but because of COVID and all that stuff, they were supposed to do everything in March. But because of COVID, backed it up, put it in May, and then they allowed everything to go through March. And let's be honest, you've heard it. Nintendo's killing Mario on March 31st. So,
oh my goodness,
everything.
But yeah, that's
Mario
a good point.
dying.
We'll probably see something by E3.
Yes,
I think there's a good chance it could be this year. One thing we haven't talked about yet with the Switch Pro Super Switch rumors is that the rumored price is going to be $400, which I think is pretty nice.
Yeah,
it's expensive, but
it's like
I think it's nice.
At this point, I think I don't disagree with the price. I'm upset because it's like okay, you can get the PlayStation 5, right? Digital, right? But still, the PlayStation 5 for $400. And so I'm like, I don't know. Is it worth it? Is it worth to get an upgraded version that's going to be even more expensive 4 years after when I could probably play the same exact games on my regular Switch? Although my Switch is dead right now. So who am I to say that's not? It's not dead.
Mm-hmm.
Seraph is fixing my fan. Hopefully this Saturday I'm gonna give him my Switch. It'll be the longest time I've spent without my Switch since I've had it, guys. It's gonna be more than a day.
How will you survive?
I won't. You're gonna come back to give it to me. I'm gonna be in the ground, dude.
You're gonna be a skeleton.
But yeah, so Nintendo Switch Pro coming soon,
I'm
hopefully,
excited.
and we're very excited about it. So, all right, guys, the next big thing on the list, and I got my thoughts, and sound off your thoughts in the chat when I say this. Sound off your thoughts. Anything that goes through your mind. Keep it clean. Microsoft may buy Discord.
Who saw that coming?
Listen, honestly, to be completely honest, we should have saw this coming, because I will be honest with you guys. Microsoft right now, they are just throwing money. They're just throwing it,
and anyone who'll take it.
Anybody that decides to catch that money, they're like, we own you. They're just they don't have any exclusives themselves, and so they're just buying everything, right? Bethesda, now we have exclusives. It's like, oh, didn't see that coming. So now Discord. You mentioned they own Skype.
Yeah, they bought Skype. And now Skype, everybody hates Skype.
Skype is ruined, guys.
It's really not that bad from what I like.
It's not good,
but yeah, it's just weird. Some of the things they do is just weird.
The UI is weird, and then what's up? Okay, what's up with this with Skype? Okay, let's sidetrack for just a second. When you try to close Skype, it just doesn't close. It won't. You have to go into your task manager to close Skype. Like, you can't actually get it off.
Skype was broken on my computer for a while. I just remembered.
Maybe Skype has been broken on all computers for a while.
Last time I used it, though, when we tried to use it for the Fortnite tournament, it seemed rather robust. Except
that's good.
We couldn't get the one feature we needed to work. But
and now Discord.
That's like a super niche feature anyway. So,
but regardless,
and now granted, we did use Discord as the backup when we couldn't get that to work. But
see. So
it was much less elegant.
So I don't know what's gonna happen. What does this mean? What does this mean? For everybody, what does this mean for?
Frankly,
people that aren't even gamers use Discord, and that's okay, because Microsoft obviously is more than just a gaming company.
They're not a gaming company.
They're okay. Yes, they're not a gaming company. We'll
they have Xbox, which is their gaming division. But
I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like Discord has made such good improvements over the years. I don't know.
I don't know.
I am not excited.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, like a reality, let's be honest, a reality where you could jump in Discord and talk to somebody on an Xbox would be pretty cool.
True.
That'd be pretty cool.
So,
but
does this have to do with Xbox? Does this have to do with Xbox removing their paywall for free-to-play games?
So yeah,
to set this up?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because the articles do mention that, and it's a good point. Xbox has been doing some things recently, changing up their Xbox Live stuff. For one, they've changed the name of Xbox Live to Xbox Network. Not a fan, but it is what it is.
Prime gaming.
So they did that. They're also making it to where people can play games like Fortnite for free without having Xbox Live Gold. They're also making it to where people can use voice chat without Xbox Gold Network, whatever it is, I don't know, but without paying. So before you couldn't even use like voice chat without having the online service. Now you can use that for free. So that thing specifically seems to go along with this, because if they were going to buy Discord and integrate it with Xbox, if they charged for it, people would be up in arms. People would be up in arms.
And Techie mentioned in chat, he says Xbox has a Discord app. You can already talk to people talk with people on Xbox. I didn't know that either, but now I don't think you would need that app. if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh wait, so X, huh?
That's a thing?
They have a Discord.
Why have I
app.
not heard of this?
That's pretty cool. But yeah, I feel if Discord already did that, I mean,
Wow.
we should have saw this coming 10 years ago, you know? But
Is it
yeah,
a thing on PlayStation?
not to my knowledge. I mean, I have a PlayStation 4. I've never seen anything Discord. You just have the party, and they're shutting that down soon. I read an article this past week that they're shutting down the parties on PlayStation 4. And this happens. It's in a few months. This happened,
for PlayStation
happened
4.
on PlayStation 3 as they
Gotcha.
as they're moving into the PlayStation 5, they're just shutting down all the parties chats from PlayStation 4, which makes sense.
Yeah, PlayStation is more exclusive, but
I'll be honest though. For console gamers, that's gonna be rough. Like if you don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, because the only way, like, how will you be able to talk to people if you don't have parties?
Discord?
To be able to. Yeah, but on console though. So then you got to get your laptop out or your phone out, and then you got to have a separate pair of headphones plugged into the. It's just a mess. Yeah. But regardless, these things happen as new consoles come out. It's always a struggle, the growing pains and stuff like that. But like I said, maybe Microsoft has a plan. Maybe they do, but I feel like they're just throwing money at everything they can at this point. Like we see every week, Microsoft buys this, Microsoft buys that. Microsoft officially has this.
Okay, it was Bethesda. What else?
I don't know. There was something else. There was something else in there. I don't know. They're buying other stuff though. They are buying other stuff.
But who knows? Could be really, really interesting. I don't know how I feel about that, but
I don't feel good about it. But like I said, maybe they have a plan. Okay, one good thing that they did, right? When they bought Minecraft, they made some good changes to that game. I will be completely honest. Not at first, but over the years, they made some good changes to that game, and it's still just as big as ever now.
I think there was a lot of trade-off with that acquisition. It's a lot of trade-off because what ended up happening was the player base became kind of segmented because Microsoft eventually made their own Bedrock version for cross-platform and stuff. And that's great. But like they didn't support modders with that enough. True. I don't think. I think they tried to a little bit, but they didn't do it very much. So that really kind of segmented the player base. And I don't know, Minecraft has always been strange for me because I feel like it could have come so far in this time, and I feel like it hasn't really gone anywhere. Like I feel like they focused way harder on like the outside of game stuff, like all the like products and books and spin-offs and stuff. I feel like they focused way harder on that than they did on the actual game.
That's true.
So,
and I want to mention this. Rambot in chat said, "Do you think Microsoft is the only company giving Discord an offer?" I'm going to be completely honest. I think so. Here's the reason why. Nintendo, no, it's just not happening. Nintendo doesn't want it.
PlayStation doesn't want it either.
Nintendo, honestly, they don't want their players talking to each other unless they're sitting on a couch. I'll be completely honest. That's what it sounds like. That's what it looks like.
Pretty much.
Like that's just what it is. Sony, they were very skeptical to even get into cross-platform game like gaming. So I feel like they were kind of forced into it. Things. Yeah, they were very forced into it in a lot of different ways. At first, they had a decent reason for not wanting to do it, but over time, like it was bad publicity for them, and eventually it got to the point where they had to do it. I didn't think it was the greatest idea, but it was the best idea I could think of why they didn't want to get into it. But obviously they're into it now, but I don't think they want it. I don't think they want it either. So I would say I don't think anybody else is buying it unless Disney wants it.
Disney. I think there are rumors that other people want to buy it as well. I don't know who would make more sense than Microsoft though. Obviously because of their hand in gaming. And at the end of the day, Microsoft is like a huge like software company. So like
Google Stadia, dude. They need something going for them.
Google doesn't buy things though. Google tries to make their own things and then shuts them down after 2 years. shuts them down or rebrands them.
That's so true. It's just like Amazon's Crucible.
Guys, Hangouts has been rebranded so many times I can't even keep track of it.
Yes, it has.
Google Hangouts. It has. I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it's been called in like the past 2 years because they keep rebranding it like every 3 months. It's ridiculous, but that's neither here nor there.
Yep.
So,
all right. Well,
anyway, let's move on.
Let's move on.
So,
all right. So, okay, go. You segue.
I'm excited for this one. So, Battlefield survey hints at free-to-play battle pass and weapon blueprints. I've been saying this. I'm really, really excited for the next Battlefield. I always loved Battlefield. Wasn't really into the past couple games for a few reasons, but Battlefield 4 was like
4 out of this world,
pinnacle, the pinnacle of Battlefield. And I felt like that was a big jump from 3. And it seems like we're going to get another big jump right now. Yeah. And now that I think about it, these jumps with Battlefield usually coincide with the console generations. Because Battlefield 4 came out with the Xbox One and PlayStation 4.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you could still play it on the PlayStation 3.
Right, but it was like half the amount of players.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
It was half the amount of players. And it was
Very
like
true.
a really, really dumbed down experience. So
yeah, downscaled for sure.
So now that I literally hadn't thought about that until just now. But it really seems like it's going to be another big jump for Battlefield, which makes me really excited because that worked really well for them in Battlefield 4. But as far as this survey goes, the article mentions that, not necessarily the article, but they link to a tweet from Tom Henderson. I'm not quite sure who he is, but he seems to know what he's talking about. And he mentions that it is more likely that all of these features have already been implemented and that they are simply gauging how people think about them so that they can decide how they want to market those features, whether they're pushing hard for a certain feature or not. So if everybody on the survey says, no, we don't like weapon blueprints, then they're not going to push that in their marketing. It's just going to be like it's just going to be there. So that is the more likely scenario. It seems like that all these features are already in the game. I think that makes a lot of sense, especially because they've been saying that the game is way ahead of schedule. It's really close to being done. We're probably going to see it this year. Free to play is one thing they could do after the fact if they wanted to. But they could do all of it. Weapon blueprints in particular seems like something that's going to be very, very tied to the core of the game. Like they would not be asking if people like weapon blueprints right now if the game is coming out this year.
Right.
They would have already decided if they wanted weapon blueprints or not. So at the very least, weapon blueprints are going to be in the game. Like, let's just be honest.
And this is a trend that we're starting to see specifically in first-person shooters, I think. So you look at, well, not even first-person shooters like Fortnite and things like that. You're starting to see more things be a free game with microtransactions on the side, right? You have Warzone, completely free to play. You can just download it and play it whenever you want, right? You have Apex. Fortnite, like we mentioned. You have Apex Legends. Like this is
Rocket League free to play now.
Yeah, this is a new trend that we're starting to see of free games. Halo Infinite, okay?
Gonna have free to play multiplayer.
When they announced that was going to be free to play, I've played one Halo game in my life, and that's because I played it for probably an hour, 2 hours.
It was such a sad experience for you.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest experience. It was okay, but it wasn't great. I think which one was it? It was the first one that came out.
Reach,
yeah. First one that came out on Master Chief Collection for PC. For PC.
Yeah, well, okay, it might have been for PC,
Yeah. And so I played that, and I'll be completely honest. If Halo Infinite wasn't going to be for free, I wouldn't play it. I wouldn't, but it is. And so I don't see why when the community gets hyped about it, I don't see why I wouldn't jump in for a few rounds every once in a while here and there. And who knows, I might really enjoy it and might really love it. And so we're starting to see this be a trend. Don't expect all of your video games to be free in the future. That's not what I'm saying, but there are like bits and pieces that we're starting to see of games. I don't know if Battlefield is going to share its full experience with it being
Yeah,
free.
no, they specifically asked for a new or existing game mode that would be free to play. So
Right, and
almost like
so
Call of Duty, the Battle Royale is free to play.
Battle Royale, right, and so, and really Battlefield is already a Battle Royale in
Apparently, they
essence.
had a
It's
Battle
different,
Royale
but
game mode in the last one.
okay, I
But it
didn't
just
play the
didn't really
last one.
catch on.
Battlefield 5, was it?
I
That
don't
was the
know.
last one, right? I think
Uh,
Battlefield 5 was the last
I
one.
think
But
so.
yeah, so who knows? We'll see, and we're expecting Battlefield this year. Battlefield
Yep.
6.
So
So that's exciting. I really like Battlefield 4. I have very fond memories with some of my friends on Battlefield
so
4.
good.
Very fond memories.
So
Uh,
good. You're
just
on
from
top of the skyscraper. You're fighting people. The
and then
skyscraper starts falling over, and you jump
you
off the edge and
off
parachute
of it.
as the
So good.
skyscraper falls next to you. Like
So good.
that is
Such a good game.
that the next step in that experience is what I'm excited for.
Right.
That exact thing. I am excited to see the next step in that specific experience.
I will be right back. My wife is calling me.
Alrighty.
So you take the rapid topics for now.
Alrighty, we got him. Yes. So honestly, I'm really excited for Battlefield in general, in general. And these things that the article, not the article, the word that I'm looking for, the survey. Gracious, it took me way too long to think of that word. The survey. The things that the survey is asking for, I think, are either okay or pretty good ideas. I'd love to see a free-to-play mode in Battlefield. It'll probably be the Battle Royale, but we'll see. So, rapid fire. Rapid fire. I'm going to jump down to this one. Sony makes 9 PlayStation 4 games free-to-play with no PlayStation Plus required. So this whole, like, making things free that used to require like the online subscription, this really is a trend we're seeing with PlayStation and Xbox. Not so much with Nintendo, but Nintendo doesn't really understand online, so that's where they're at. But so a lot of really, really great games they're making free. They're just giving away for free. We got Subnautica, The Witness, Abzu, Moss, Thumper. There's a couple more, but those are the big ones that I know. And then April 19th, next month, they're also making free Horizon Zero Dawn, which is huge, because that's like a big AAA game. Sequel coming out later this year. So they want to get people playing the first one if they haven't already, so that they will buy the next one. Everybody likes free games. Free games are the hot stuff nowadays. Epic's giving away tons of free games. PlayStation's giving away tons of free games. The only person not giving away a bunch of free games is probably just Nintendo. So feels bad. Alrighty. In other PlayStation news, PS4 error has PlayStation fans worried that they may lose all of their games. So this is something that data miners found. Data mining the PlayStation operating system, I guess. And they found an error that is related to the CMOS battery dying. The CMOS battery is something on the motherboard of a computer system, and consoles are just computers with very specific use cases and software. So a CMOS battery is something on the motherboard that will retain basic information like the BIOS settings and like the time and stuff. So this error is related to a CMOS battery dying, where it will render all of the PS4 digital files unusable without a server connection. The error also pulls the plug on disc playback, meaning you can't play physical games that you've bought even. So that means if you got this error and you just wanted to play your PlayStation without an internet connection, you actually couldn't do it. because trophies are connected to the clock in some way. So it is a safeguard to prevent people from cheating trophies and getting them when they shouldn't be. So very interesting. I understand why PlayStation has put this in as a safeguard for trophies. But it also kind of smells of like DRM, like always on features that usually don't fly too well with the gaming community. People like to be able to play their games, whether there's an internet connection or not. So this would be really, really sad if this happened to somebody. But it's also on the PlayStation 4. So it's on its way out. But, you know, just like we hold on to our old PlayStation 1s and Nintendo 64s or whatever it is you grew up on, some people are going to hold on to their PlayStation 4. And maybe they want to play that in 20 years, And maybe they couldn't. Maybe they couldn't because their CMOS battery died. Feels bad. Alrighty. In other news, Kojima Productions likely to announce its next game quite soon, says art director. For those of you unfamiliar, Kojima Productions made Death Stranding, among other things. Apparently, the rumors are that it's a Death Stranding 2, this new game. Whatever it is, I'm sure it will be just as strange as Death Stranding 2, because that was a wild ride. So, yes, not really much to say there. I still want to get around to playing Death Stranding. It came out on PC summer of last year, and I still want to get around to playing it because I heard really good things. So we'll see, but I can't really comment too much on that. It's just interesting. And then let's see, Rocket League. Yes, I have checked my texts. I have indeed. Thank you, sir. I have indeed. Thank you, sir. So if you guys could be praying for Ray and Danny, that would be great. But Rocket League is coming to Android and iOS with a spinoff called Sideswipe. Now, I've not looked into this very much. I'm going to be honest. I've not looked into this. But already my mind is like, first of all, it's kind of crazy. Second of all, why is it a spinoff? Why is it a spinoff? So let's take a look here. Psyonix's massively popular vehicular soccer game is finally coming to mobile devices. They announced a new free-to-play version called Sideswipe that will arrive on iOS and Android later this year. It looks like it might be a 2D experience just based on this screenshot. Let me mute this tab real quick. And then I will look at this video that they have. I mean, it looks like Rocket League to me. Oh, nope, there it is. It's 2D. Okay, that's actually like kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, this looks really sick. And like if it plays really well with on-screen like touch controls, like this might actually be really cool. I didn't really know how I felt about this until I watched this video, but this actually looks really cool. You've never heard of it? Well, they just announced it today, or 2 days ago, I think. So it's very new, but this looks really cool. It's like 2D Rocket League on your phone. To be honest, I thought it was going to be more like the normal Rocket League experience. I think it could like phones could handle the normal Rocket League experience, but maybe they didn't think so. So either way, this looks cool. Wonderful. So let's see our last Rapido topic for the day. Halo Infinite's developers smashed a piano to record sounds for the game. This is hilarious. And it also is really cool. They had a video. I'm going to link it in the chat for you guys that are here. And if you are listening on the podcast, there'll be a link to it in the description wherever you're listening. I would encourage you guys to check it out if it sounds interesting to you. They do all sorts of things with this piano, mostly destroying it. They put like dry ice on it and stuff to get these really interesting sounds. Like it seems, from my mind, it reminds me of like sounds they would want to use for like the flood. If you know what that is in the Halo universe, it's basically like basically zombies. But so I wonder if we're going to see the flood in the Halo Infinite campaign. Either way, the sounds are really cool, and I think it's really interesting what sound developers will do to get sounds for their game. The Warframe developers showcase their sound development quite a bit compared to other games that I've seen, or really in general, developers don't usually say a whole lot about their sound development. But the Warframe developers have shown off their sound development quite a bit, and they come up with just the most interesting ways to make sounds, from like rubbing like a green bell pepper or something and getting like those squeaky sounds that you would get if you did that. Like, just the strangest things. So sound design is actually really cool. So I would encourage you guys to check out that video. That sounds interesting to you. Might find it very interesting. Might get you interested in sound design. Who knows? I feel like that's one of those things where like you could see it and you could be like, that looks really fun. Like, I think it'd be super fun to be a sound designer, you know? Just trying to think of crazy ways you can make new sounds, right? Because like the thing is, like, how do you differentiate your game from other games that are all using, you know, similar sounds? Especially with generic games, with things like shooters and stuff, they're just recording gun sounds or whatever. They're recording the actual sound. But especially for like fantasy and sci-fi games, they have to come up with really interesting ways to get sounds for like the magic and the tech and all these outworldish things. So sound design is really cool. It's really, really cool. So that was interesting. But yeah, that is all the rapid topics that we have for today. We'll see if Boz rejoins us here in a moment, but if not, we'll probably go ahead and wrap it up. What have I been playing recently? I'm trying to think. I've been playing Warframe. Back into that a little bit because they had a sizable update come out recently, and there's another big one coming soon. So we'll probably be on the Warframe grind a little bit. I have not played the new Fall Guys season yet. But I want to, and I want my Sonic costume. They finally brought it back, but it's only like, it's random whenever your shop is going to have it. So I have the bottom portion, but I need the top portion, and I check every day for it, and I haven't gotten it yet. So it makes me sad. I want my Sonic costume, and then I will never need another costume in Fall Guys. I will never need another costume. I just want the Sonic costume. I am going to get the Goose costume as well, but that is not as pertinent as the Sonic costume. So, yes, that is that. Played Overwatch a little bit recently because Balls has been getting back into it. I don't know if I'm going to be getting back into it, though. I just don't know. There's something about it. It doesn't feel the same. I don't know what it is, but played that a little bit recently as well. Please give him Sonic. Yes. Please give. Until they come out with a Warframe costume. Hey, I mean, you're not wrong. I want an Excalibur costume in Warframe. Make it happen. A Lotus costume. Make it happen. Make it happen. I'm down. You know, I'm down. Fortnite gets all these crazy crossovers. Of course, they don't have Warframe, but why can't Fall Guys have all these crazy crossovers? It's trying. It's trying. And now Epic bought them, so they will probably get all these crazy crossovers. I forgot Epic bought them. I forgot they did. But I believe that is going to wrap it up here for our YokeTalk experience today. Sorry that it was a little bit shorter today. There's only so much I can do to keep conversation going on my own. If you guys have any other thoughts or questions you want to pop in the chat real quick, might be able to stay on a little bit longer. If you give me a really good topic that I could just go off on. But Buzz is doing all right. Him and Danny are doing all right. So thank you guys for bearing with us here. Usually we don't like to cut YokeTalk short, just as we would not want to cut anything short. But sometimes it'd be like that, so that's all right. It's all good. But yeah, so hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. Join us for God Squad Church tomorrow at Saturday, 1:30 and 7:30. Every Saturday, not just tomorrow. So if you're listening on the podcast, whenever it is that you're listening, you can join us for church on Twitch at 1:30 and 7:30. It's going to be great. Hope to see you guys there. But with all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining us on YokeTalk. And that is going to do it. Take care, guys. Wait, he just got back. Wait, he's back.
I've returned from
I literally was seconds away from clicking to the end screen.
I know. I heard you talking about what you've been doing in your life. And I was like, I got to get back for the end of the stream.
Seconds.
Guys.
He's back, guys.
I'm going to give you my life update. Not of what just happened. My wife is not feeling good right now. So things happen. Things happen, okay? Be praying for my wife. She's struggling with a lot of things right now. She did not have a seizure. So things are good. Things are good. She's going through a lot right now. So please be praying for her. My life update for my video gaming life. I'm in a very awkward position. The other day, I played Overwatch, and it was fun. And then I didn't feel like playing Overwatch. So then I played Teamfight Tactics.
You were telling me about this before the podcast. So fun.
It was okay. And then I turned off Teamfight Tactics. And I played Smite, a game I haven't played in months. It was all right. Then I turned off. Then I went to bed. And I thought about it. It's not that I have too many games to play. There's just nothing right now I'm in the mood to play. It's a very sad position to be in. I haven't been in this type of position in a long time. So then the next day I turned on Final Fantasy 14. It was fun, but I didn't have anybody to play with. By the way, Aki, if you're still on the stream, there's a 95% chance that I'm turning over to Hyperion. 95% chance. Anyways, regardless of all that. So, yeah.
Very nice.
That's where I'm at. I don't know what to do. Smite was probably the best of the three that I played. Honestly, yeah, it was interesting. Yeah, Overwatch is. I'm still playing that. I just bought an emote on Overwatch for Lucio. That's just the greatest emote of all time, and I had to get it. So I definitely got it, and I love it, and I love it with all my heart. But yes, so that's what I'm doing, and I can guarantee you that when Rocket League comes out on cell phone, I will not be playing that as my game of choice. I like Rocket League.
Actually, hold up.
That's weird.
I looked at it, and it's not normal Rocket League. It's like a 2D version, and it actually looks kind of sick.
Okay.
Actually looks kind of sick. You should look at the video.
Okay. I will look at the video. Okay.
Actually looks kind of sick.
At first I had thoughts, but now I'm having different thoughts.
Right?
I like 2D stuff. I'm a big retro guy, you know? So anyways, so that's where I'm at right now, my gaming history. But yes, River, Vic Sigma, and honestly, a lot of my experience group, they're like, yeah, we play Final Fantasy 14. We're on Hyperion. How How can I
How can you say no?
be disloyal to my experience group? You know, there's like 4 people in my experience group that are on Hyperion and 1 person that's on the actual server that I'm on. So the change is coming, boys. The change is coming. But anyways, so I know I made it for the last part. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in for the YokeTalk today. I'm sure you guys heard it all from Unworthy Surface. He was seconds.
I did my best.
He had his index finger hovering over the clicker, and the clicker was probably hovering over the stop stream, and then he saw the door knob turn.
It was funny because like I can't see your door on my OBS preview because
but you can see
cut.
it on.
But as soon I was looking over to my Stream Deck, which is on my left, to mute the mics once I clicked end, and as I was looking over, I saw your door open on my other monitor, and I was like, I
had to get
literally
back for
seconds.
I am sorry though for the brief hiatus I had to take. Things happen. My wife comes first, and
do what you gotta do.
That is my life topic for today. If you are a spouse, your spouse comes first before everything, except for God. I will put that, I'll put that disclaimer on there. Except for God, your wife comes
Let's get
first.
that straight.
Even talk is going on, and my wife needs me. The wife.
I don't care if Tim the Tap Man just hosted YokeTalk.
That's right.
Doesn't matter.
That's right. If my wife says she needs me, she needs me.
Why are we putting hashtag Bernie's Woolly Mittens in the chat?
I don't know. And then we have the Komodo dragon coming in.
Thank you.
So
thank you.
Amen. But anyways, thank you guys once again for understanding and also for coming in today for today's Reconnect. And if you guys didn't know, we have the Reconnect every single day. Did you already do this?
No, I didn't actually. I told him about God Squad Church, but I didn't tell him about the Reconnect.
Monday through Fridays, guys, right here, twitch.tv/God Squad Church at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have the Reconnect. People come on for about a half an hour or so, sometimes a little bit longer, to just reconnect with you guys, have a good time, have a fun, faith-filled time with you guys. And so definitely come in. Once again, thank you so much for your generosity today in Susie live stream earlier. And don't forget, tomorrow we have God Squad Church, Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 services. It's going to be amazing. Guys, tomorrow is our celebration of the 5-year anniversary of God Squad Church. Let's go. Absolutely amazing stuff. I'm excited. Also, 21 days of fasting ends tomorrow. I'm excited about that. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. I'm ready to eat. But it's been a good 21 days of prayer and fasting for me. So yeah, so I'm excited. I know there's a lot of information just to throw out there in 0.2 seconds, but hey, there's some big things happening this week. So I'm excited. Also, invite your friends for Easter. Okay. Good Friday and Easter.
Good Friday is going to be litty.
Good Friday, 2 p.m.
I think I finished up the video today.
Nice. So Good Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Susie Live. Okay. 2 p.m. on Susie Live's chat or stream. Okay.
Channel.
Then 8 p.m. It's going to be on the God Squad Church channel. Okay. The Twitch.
Right where you're at now.
2 p.m. Yes, right where you are right now. So definitely drop a follow if you haven't yet. And then finally, invite your friends for Good Friday and Easter. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. So,
all right. Well, with all that being said, Yokers, thank you so much for joining us. And again, sorry it's ending a little bit earlier than usual, but that's all right. You do what you got to do, and it's okay. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We'll catch you next week back here again for the new Friday Yoke Talks. Let's go.
Hey.